Jamie Otis and Doug Hehner got married at first sight on the controversial reality show Married at First Sight. Now, however, the couple is trying hard not to get divorced at first. Hiccup. Earlier this week, Otis shared a photo of herself and her husband crying and cuddling in a parked car after a phone call with their therapist. "We're not giving up on each other, not now, not ever," the 35-year-old wrote to open a lengthy and candid caption. TBH, sitting in the car in a random parking lot crying like the hard ugly cry with snotty noses and imp. Hiccups was not at all what I intended on sharing today, but here we are, Otis continued. It started with anger, yelling, blaming, but ended with us holding each other and trying to figure out our next steps together. Otis and Hehner were introduced on Married at First Sight in 2014. Jamie had previously searched for love during season 16 of The Bachelor in 2012, and on season 3 of Bachelor Pod. In July 2016, Otis experienced a miscarriage at 17 weeks. She reflected on the loss of her son Jonathan 3 years later, recalling the excruciating pain of the loss in an Instagram tribute. In August 2017, the spouses welcomed a daughter named Henley. They then welcomed a son named Hendrix in May 2020. Following a second miscarriage, shortly afterward, Otis told followers that she was suffering from postpartum depression, constantly keeping fans apprised of her mental, parental, and romantic status. "I'm not attracted to myself and I'm depressed," Jamie admitted at the time. Back to this past Tuesday, however, "Right now I feel like that just isn't my own reality," wrote Otis. "I'm not gonna slap a smile on my face and pop up a pretty picture if that's not my true reality. That feels so fake and wrong. I'm a multifaceted, ever-changing person who is a complete mess at times, and lately I feel like I've been a mess all of the time." Otis went on to declare on social media that she's a fighter and that she'll continue to fight for her family, friends, and fans. "Right now, I'm fighting for my marriage, for my children, for me," the reality star concluded. "When I get to the other side of this battle, I will be back here fighting for you and for all of us women again. But any good fighter knows you gotta focus on one battle at a time. Thank you for always standing in my corner and cheering me on. I love you. Truly." Back in May, on an episode of Otis and Hehner's Hot Marriage, Cool Parents podcast, Otis told life coach Dr. Gertrude Lyons that she's had a really hard time trusting that everything Doug says is true. "Seems like a pretty big problem in a relationship, doesn't it? When you're stressed, you don't have the ability to stay calm," Otis said, adding, "I'm in a rut here and I'm begging for help in every aspect of my life. I'm angry and sad and hurt, and I don't know what to do." Otis recently celebrated what would have been late son Jonathan Edwards' 5th birthday, after she had lost him at 4 months of her past pregnancy. "Happy birthday to my sweet boy, who made me a mommy. I only got to hold him briefly before he was taken away from me. Jonathan would be 5 today if he had survived," she wrote. "I've lost a lot of pregnancies, but losing him tore my world apart."